Welcome, everyone, to the Rain or Shine Sports Network. This is Pro Football Weekly, week number 12. I'm your host, Tom Cetera, along with my son and weekly contributor, Robbie Cetera. We will be going through the recap from week 11 and then have our Rain and Shine power rankings and the Rain and Shine teams of the week. Rain and Shine games of the week, and we'll give you the results from our little prediction contest we've got going. I was able to catch up a little bit, so that's a good thing. But we'll get into that as we move forward. So let's take a look first at last week's games. Philadelphia Eagles over the Washington Commanders, 26-18. Green Bay Packers over the Chicago Bears in a heartbreaker for Chicago, 20-19. Detroit all over Jacksonville, 52-6. First time that an NFL score, this score is unique. It's never happened before in the NFL.
Scoregami.
Minnesota 20. What's that?
Scoregami.
Scoregami. I knew they had a word for it, but I didn't know what it was. Minnesota over Tennessee, 23-13. Miami over the Raiders, 34-19. The Rams over the Patriots, 28-22. The Saints over the Browns, 35-14. Indianapolis over the Jets, 28-27. Pittsburgh in a barn burner over Baltimore, 18-16. Thank you, Chris Boswell. And not thank you to Justin Tucker. Denver, 38-6 over Atlanta. The Seahawks beat San Francisco, 20-17 in a surprise in my book. Buffalo over Kansas City, 30-21. The Chargers over the Bengals, 34-27. And the Houston Texans over the hapless Dallas Cowboys, 34-10. All right, that will lead right into our power rankings from the week. Actually, these are weekly rankings where we believe these teams are right now. I have some new ones, a little bit different, I guess, I think, anyway. So we go from the 30th down to the 32nd, and then we'll count down 3, 2, 1 in the top three. So on the rain teams, my number 30 team, there's about 7 or 8 teams that could be down in this area. The New York Giants. What do you got there, Robbie?
None of these need explanation. They pretty much speak for themselves. I got the Raiders.
Okay. I have at number 31, I have the Raiders.
But I have the Giants in the next spot, too. So.
We've flipped them around.
We're just... Let's see if we have the same one.
I don't think so. You know, these guys have one more win than the 2-win teams out there, but the Dallas Cowboys are number 32.
I saw I watch a Madden content creator, and he's a big Cowboys fan, and he called the Steelers really, bad. And someone was like, if they're bad, what are the Cowboys? And he says, injured.
Injured. Okay. All right.
Which is true to a point, but...
Yeah. This is only the second week they've been injured, so... Who you got?
I have a team here that is just... It's pretty punchless, just in general. They have a good team, but I just don't know what's happening. I got the Jags down here.
Okay. Yeah, they have struggled all year long. They really have. Teams that are missing from mine, I had the Titans in there for weeks. I've had Carolina in there.
Mm-hmm.
New England has touched it. There's been a lot of teams in there, but right now I think these are the 3 worst teams. And I don't think anybody would dispute that. And like you say, we can add 4 more teams there and they'd all be interchangeable. So now let's go to the Shine teams for the week. With the number 3 ranking, I think this is you first, isn't it?
I believe so. Got Buffalo.
I actually have Buffalo in the number 3 position. Could easily have been number 2 with the win over Kansas City. But I actually have Kansas City in that number 2 spot.
Yeah, that Buffalo going and ending that streak really kind of hurt them a little bit. But now I think we both know who the number one team is in the NFL right now.
It's pretty
Regardless
clear.
of record,
Yep.
I got Detroit.
Yep, I actually have the Lions as well. And if you look back several years, you'd think, "What? The Lions on top? What the heck?" But they're
They're
there. They really are.
dominating in every phase of football. Everything.
Well,
Run
and they
game,
just
passing, except for Jared Goff 2 weeks ago, throwing 5 picks, but somehow winning the game still.
well, in that time he was like, "God, I didn't feel like I was playing bad. I thought I was throwing it pretty well." I'm like, man. Well, but then put 52 up, man. I mean, they just kept the pedal to the metal, and it's kind of surprising sometimes when you see that, but they did. They just kept going. So, all right. So those are our rain and shine power rankings. Now let's go to the rain team and the shine team from the week. The rain team is the team that really disappointed or underachieved or whatever. They were down and out. And for me, it was the Dallas Cowboys. They were the
Mine
rain team.
was the Falcons.
You got the Falcons. Yeah, Atlanta.
6 points.
Yeah, 38-6. Yeah, and they're a division leader too.
That's
So
crazy.
Denver got them pretty badly. So all right, and then the shine team, the team that I thought had the best upside, and you could have looked a couple different ways here, but I got the Buffalo Bills on that one, beating
Yep.
Kansas City, and it wasn't. It was a game that they actually beat them pretty good too. It
Hmm.
wasn't just a
Close
you know
battle come down to the end. It was a
right,
all right. Well, they got it now. So
right. So yeah, no, I was that was a good game. How about you?
I got the Lions like dominant. Like it doesn't look like any team can beat them with how they're playing now.
Yeah,
Granted, was it Jacksonville they were played last week?
yeah, yep,
Granted that, but still, I feel like they can do this to any team.
yeah.
You give
They're
them
pretty solid, man.
all over
David
the place. They
Montgomery
got
is
playmakers.
Montgomery is so tough on the goal line there, man. When he gets going, he can get in pretty darn quickly. All right, so let's take a look at our rain game for the week and the shine game for the week. So these are the games coming up, and this is the game. The rain game is the yawner, the one you don't want to watch. Sometimes it's clearer than others. I thought there was just one for me that
Hmm.
kind
There
of
was only
led to
one for me
this.
as well.
Same one,
Probably
Tampa Bay and the
Tampa Bay and the
Giants.
Giants. Yep.
Yep. That's
Granted,
kind of what.
like I still think Tampa Bay, like it's the only one. It's really the only one because we don't know which Tampa Bay we're gonna get. We don't know. The
Right.
Giants might just drop 40 on Tampa Bay, and Tampa Bay gets 6. I don't. I have no idea.
What
But
when you look at this schedule this week more than any so far, I think is a lot of good teams playing bad teams,
mhm.
and there's going to be two or three upsets with these bad teams that
Oh
are
yeah.
going to beat the good teams. It just happens in the NFL
Like in
every
my
damn
head right now, there's the biggest one I think for me is can Carolina do it?
against Kansas City.
It wouldn't surprise me to
Kind
be
of a
honest.
trap game for Kansas City. They're going to be
So
coming off their. I don't see that happening.
you don't
Though.
know. You just don't know.
Yeah, they've got some plans though. They want to three-peat. So all
That's
right, and
true.
the shine game, the game you don't want to miss. The sun shines on it. I guess is our way of doing that. So and I like the Baltimore at the L.A. Chargers. I think that's going to be a good game.
That is mine too. It just looks really good all over the place. Granted, this could be a very low scoring game too. Both defenses are decent.
Yeah, they
So
are good defenses. I think. I don't know.
the
It's hard to
Chargers are a
say.
little bit tougher against the run and pass, but Baltimore obviously you can throw on Baltimore. You see what Jameis Winston did?
Yeah. Yep.
But
Yep. All right. So that's your must-see game and the must-not-watch games for the week. All right, we're going to revisit a little bit of a preview that we did before the year. We each picked out what we thought would be the division winners from each division, and then also picked the wild card teams for the playoffs. So, in looking back on those things, I know I missed on a few things here. So, as we look to the AFC, and I'll just kind of go through the AFC East. I have the. Did you have a screen for this one, Robbie, or no?
I did not know.
Okay. So I had the Buffalo Bills winning the East. So as for that pick, that looks pretty decent. Is that what
I
you
had
had?
the Dolphins.
Okay. Okay.
Free to diving into
yeah,
people's
yeah.
legs.
And of all people, Tua going out affected that the most.
Mm-hmm.
I had the Chiefs winning the West.
I did as well.
All right. I had the Bengals winning the North.
I have the Ravens.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's probably a better pick. The Bengals have lost, I think, isn't all 7 of their losses one-score losses? I think they are.
Something like
and
that.
then I had the Texans in the South.
Yep, I got the Texans as well.
All right, so I did all right there. So my wild card teams, not so good. I had the Ravens down for 1.
Mm-hmm. I had the Jets as 1.
You had the Jets?
Mm-hmm.
I had the Jets as well,
Mm-hmm.
which turned out to be not such a good pick.
Yeah.
And then mine was the Dolphins. Was the
I had
third.
the Jags as my second one.
Okay.
Which,
and I
so
know
now this one.
The third
I will
one,
say,
I know.
I'm going to say something here.
I may have given you
when
some grief.
You did. And there is a quote in there that we both said market. You said the Broncos will not finish above 500.
Oh.
They are 6-5 right now.
And I said market?
I said market as well.
Okay.
But you also, this is branching into later. The Broncos will finish under 500. But there's also another team that you said was going to finish under 900 or 500, and they're 7-4.
Okay, yeah.
And this other team is 7-4. I'm not going to say the team yet.
Yeah. I think
I did write it down. It's right here. It says market right here.
Okay.
Market.
I think I know who you're talking about. So let's go to the NFC. So in the NFC East, I had the Philadelphia Eagles.
I had the Cowboys.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know what? I like that though. I really like that because I like oh, they're going to be so good and then they're so bad. I love that. I had the 49ers in the West.
Yep, I did too.
I had the Lions in the North.
Yep.
And I just took a look at the standings, and I have Atlanta in the South, and that's who happens to be in first place. Is that what you had too?
Yep.
All right. So didn't do too bad there. Wild card teams here, again, I think I got 1. I had the Cowboys as a wild card team. As much shit as I talk about them, you think I wouldn't pick them at all, but I did.
I have the Rams as one of mine.
Okay, that's still possible. Mm-hmm. I got the Packers.
Bears.
Okay. Ooh. Did I give you crap about the Bears pick too?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I don't remember.
And the last one I had the Seahawks.
Last one, this team is 7-4.
Yeah.
The Washington Commanders.
Yep.
You gave me crap for that one too.
I did give you crap.
You said Broncos and Commanders will not finish above 500.
Okay. Yeah, and I like both of those teams right now. I love the way Bo Nix is playing with the Broncos. And I will say,
when we did this show, my buddy Shane came in here and said, yeah, that's way out there for the Commanders being a wild card team. Look where we're at now.
Yeah. All right. The other thing we did at that time is we picked a top 10 of individual players, quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers. And we're just going to go through the list real quick. Robbie's got a list of the current top 10. and we'll just kind of highlight who we have in that and who may be missing. So here's your quarterbacks, the top 10: Burrows, Jackson, Cousins, Geno Smith, and on and on and on and on. I had number one is Patrick Mahomes. This guy
Yep.
named Mahomes. I don't see him
Mm-hmm.
on the list.
Had kind of a slow year so far. I think he's starting to turn it around now. I think
Yeah,
they're starting to pick up, but they don't need to with how they're playing.
right, right. And I
As
look
long
at
as they're winning games, I don't think they care about the stats.
this list of the top 10 not so much at here's who's number 1, but who's in that top 10, because when I was writing these down originally anyway, I didn't rank them where I thought. I just thought, hey, these are the guys that are going to be in that. So in the quarterbacks, I have Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, um, Jared Goff, Brock Purdy, Kirk Cousins. So who is not on that list is Mahomes, Dak Prescott, uh, Jordan Love, and
Tua.
Tua.
Mm-hmm. I got Burrow, Josh Allen, Stroud, Jackson, and Stafford.
Oh wow.
And my misses are Tua, Justin Herbert, Dak, and Caleb Williams so far, as well as Mahomes. But
Alrighty. Running backs wise, Henry. Yeah, no big surprises there. I don't think. I had Henry down a little farther, but he was definitely in my top 10. Did not have Tuba Hubbard in there. I did have Gibbs in, Robinson, no Kamara, no Mixon, no Kyron Williams, no J.K. Dobbins.
I only had 4
Okay.
that are in the top 10 right now.
Yeah, I think that's what I had too. So
And Bijan, Saquon,
five. I
Derrick
think I had
Henry,
five. Yep.
Jameer Gibbs.
All
Everyone
right,
else is
and then
just
the
out.
wide receivers. You take a look at the names that are there. I had a big Tyreek Hill at the top, who is not worked out. AJ Brown is not on the list. I do have Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, C.D. Lamb. I
Yep,
did
I
put
got 4
DK
in this one as
Metcalf in
well.
there. Cooper Cup. How many you had? 4 on this one?
Mm-hmm. C.D. Lamb, Justin Jefferson, Garrett Wilson, Jamar Chase. No
Amon
Hill,
Ross
Mon
not
Ra,
in here.
Adams, Debo, Puka, Brown.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway, just a good little kind of what we thought compared to what actually happened. So let's go ahead and move our program on. We're going to go to this week's picks. And let me get to the screen. All right. So Robbie will. This is our contest, and this is where we are. Sorry about that. So last week I was 9-5. Robbie was 7-7. I am now
Not good.
105.61, and he is 108.56. That can't be. You must be 58 because we picked the
I
same
think so.
number.
I think I just typed it wrong.
Yeah, we picked the same
Oh, I
number.
didn't
Of games.
update it. I didn't
Oh,
update the right number. I updated the
oh,
other
okay,
number, but not the other one.
okay. Anyway, I am 3 games behind now, so I was as many as 5 earlier. So hopefully, I've got 6 weeks still, 7 weeks to be able to pick this up. So here's what we had from last week. The 2 that I caught him on was the Saints over Cleveland and them Denver Broncos over the
I was
Falcons.
trying to figure out what I think I swear in my head I picked Denver for some reason. I don't know why, but like the whole week I was like, oh, I picked Denver and they were doing well, and I'm like, and I look at this, I'm like, I didn't. I'm like, I swear I did,
I
but
don't think so. I don't
clearly
think
I
so.
didn't. So whatever.
All right, so on to week 12. So here we go. First game of the week, Thursday night, the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Cleveland Browns. I think this is all Pittsburgh. Just think they're a better team, and I think they will take the win.
All right. Since I have to start my buddy Jameis Winston this week, I'm not going to, I don't think. Because Pittsburgh's defense is pretty good. I think the Browns are going to lose this game.
That was a real long time to just say, yeah, I'm picking Pittsburgh too.
I have to spice it up somehow.
Alrighty, game two. The Minnesota Vikings at the Chicago Bears. This one's all you first. Looks like a mismatch to me.
I gotta go the Vikings. I think that defense is still good, even though they're starting to slip a little bit. Still think they're gonna keep Caleb Williams out of the end zone as much as possible.
So the last 2 weeks, Chicago's games have been actually 3 weeks really, have been pretty bad. And last week, I saw a little bit of life in Caleb Williams. And I think that team's going to be doing some good things. And right now, I'm taking them for the upset. I'm taking the Bears to upset the Minnesota Vikings. All right,
you're
on
gonna
to
be
the next
upset
one.
when you don't win that one.
Yeah, I think I will. Detroit at Indianapolis. 9-1 against 5-6. Give me Detroit. Could
Are
be
you
a trap
sure?
game.
Why
I
not?
don't think so.
Why don't you think that Anthony Richardson's rejuvenated enough to bring their team back and beat one of the best teams in the NFL?
It could happen. I'm
I don't
telling
think
you,
so.
three of these
I
games are
don't
going
think
to
it's gonna
be
happen.
three of these games. The underdog's going to win. Probably a big underdog.
We'll see.
All right. New England at Miami. 10 o'clock Sunday morning. CBS.
They played earlier this year already. Didn't the Patriots win?
I think Miami won, actually.
I don't know. Either way, I'm going Miami.
It was like 15-12 or something like that.
So the Patriots ended up winning. Got
it. I'm taking Miami as well.
Mm-hmm.
They're due to be better.
Big game is coming from Tua the next few weeks, I have a feeling.
I hope so. Hope you're right.
Hope so for a different reason.
Big time.
It ain't going to be this coming
right.
week. It isn't this week. Tyreek's only going to get like 4 catches for 60 yards.
4 touchdowns?
No.
All right.
Just 4 catches.
Tampa Bay at the Giants. Again, this is one of those teams that I'm not picking them. I'm picking Tampa Bay. But this is the type of game that can pull it out. This is the rain game for the Rain or Shine Sports Network.
It's the rain game for a reason, and I'm picking the better team, I think. So I will
Tampa
take
Bay
Tampa Bay
4-6, Giants 2-8. All right. I think we're moving on to the Dallas Cowboys and the Washington Commanders.
Yeah, pretty easy right now.
Ditto.
Mm-hmm. You have a guy like Cooper Rush in there. He'll do all right, but he won't win the games.
Trey Lance in there this game. Give him a little bit of time.
It's a lose no matter what.
So. Let's move on to Carolina, maybe? Yeah, Kansas City at Carolina. I just need the Arrowhead guys. Kansas City.
Yeah, me too. This could be this. Like I said earlier, Carolina could come up and bite them, and just kind of shock the world, is what people say. But
there you go.
I don't know. Kansas City just seems to just get it done no matter what. So
yep.
Except for last week. But we'll see.
All right. Next up, the Tennessee Titans and the Houston Texans.
I need to see more for the Titans to actually be able to vote with them. So for now, I'm against them.
Well, I'm picking Houston as well. Titans have shown flashes of it a little bit, but
no consistency.
Yeah, nope. They're
I think
not
their
in
best
position.
weapon right now is probably Tony Pollard, and if that gets shut down,
well, they need to throw the ball to Calvin Ridley more, but
nah,
I've always said that.
He's already had his 2 to 3 games.
All right. Moving to the AFC West, the Denver Broncos and the Las Vegas Raiders. This one could be one of those games as well, though. They are a rivalry. I'm going to take Denver.
I
Shout out to
really
Kitty.
like how Bo Nix is playing. He's playing really good. He's like what leader in the race right now for offensive rookie of the year.
Could be. Yep.
It's hard to vote against that guy. And
Yep.
even like the Raiders do have a good pass defense, but I still don't think it's going to be enough. I think the Broncos win this one too.
Alrighty. Moving on to San Francisco at Green Bay.
This is an either or. It's really an either or, but
Frisco's been struggling.
they have I my heart is telling me to go Green Bay, but my football brain is saying San Francisco. I gotta go San Francisco. Fortunately,
Alrighty. Well, I'm going to take Green Bay in this one, playing at home. I don't know if the 49ers are all that healthy right now, but I think it'll be a good game. That's another one that could have been up there in the ones to watch. So,
mm-hmm.
all right, the next one, Arizona at Seattle. I think I've been wrong every frickin' week with Seattle. It seems.
Well, if that's true, your luck is about to change.
Why? I'm going to be wrong again. I'm picking
Maybe
Seattle.
you're picking Seattle, but that's okay. Me too. So
Alrighty.
if we're wrong, we this one doesn't count. We don't gain
Correct. Right.
anything off of it. So
Don't gain, don't lose. All right. Sunday night, Philadelphia at the Rams.
this has potential to be a pretty good game too. To be
It
honest,
does.
both offenses are good.
Rams are kind of dangerous, too. They've been
Mm-hmm.
in this position before. They got a lot of veterans on that team.
I just think that the Eagles have so much more firepower. They seem to click a lot quicker and keep things rolling. Obviously, earlier this season, what was their stat? They haven't scored in the first quarter in 7 games,
Right.
and then they started scoring and actually playing a lot better. I got to give this one to the Eagles.
Yep. I agree with you as well. Philadelphia should be able to take care of the Rams.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And the last game of the week, Monday night, Baltimore at the LA Chargers.
Oh, man.
I have I'm impressed with the Chargers. I'm not a Jim Harbaugh fan. I never was a fan with him with San Francisco, with Michigan. Damn, he's a good coach though. He really is. That defense is coming along. Offense is getting better all the time, I think. I think they're going to upset the Ravens. I'm going to take the Chargers.
All right. Well, if this is one of the ones you wanted it upset, I have to take Baltimore. I we got to get some fluctuations with our picks to be able to have someone take a clear lead now. So I'll take all 3 of these games and
Then
leave
I'll
you
be down by
struggling.
6 instead of 3. All righty.
Yep.
So that is the predictions for this week's games. One more thing. Let's do our parlay picks real quick. Again, Robbie's hit last week. Mine did not. That's just been kind of pretty.
Story of our lives.
Yeah, it's pretty consistent. I guess I'm a very consistent picker. So what I want to do is,
In a bad way.
people, if you want to make some money off of the parlay, just pick against me. No, just pick against me though. For
Take
my
mine
half,
and pick
just
against
pick
his.
the other team. I think I'm like 2-8 or 2-9. So
I think I picked
um,
6 times out of
is
the
it 6 times? Okay,
6 or
maybe I'm
7, I
4
think,
and
for me.
6, something like that. Anyway,
I don't know.
my parlay this time, I'm taking the Chargers, getting 3 points. They are the home underdog, so I'll take the 3 points against Baltimore.
Sticking with it. Sticking with it. I got Pittsburgh and Cleveland over 36.5. which that could be a low-scoring game too, but I think Russell Wilson might dish out 28 points, and then Cleveland scores 10
Holy
points.
cow! 28. Okay.
38
right.
points scored in a game is probably going to be this one.
Okay. All right.
We'll
All
see.
right. Well, that will do it for the picks. Now we'll move on to the fantasy stats of the week. For me, it wasn't nearly as good of a fantasy week, but
I don't even want you to talk about fantasy.
okay.
It
Okay.
hurts.
This
hurts.
week,
It hurts
however,
more than last week, to be honest.
this week, however, there is a little bit of a competition going on because I'm playing against Robbie in this one, and
yeah, whatever.
my problem is I have quarterbacks on buys, so
Yeah, I do too. I got Josh
play
Allen.
two
I can't play
quarterbacks.
Josh Allen.
I have Joe Burrow and Derek Carr. Both of them have buys, so now I have Will Levis and Gardner Minshew. Gardner Minshew, those are my two starting quarterbacks.
Well, I feel confident just starting Brock Purdy over you then. And he's hurt. He's dealing with throwing shoulder soreness. So I still feel confident over that part. Anyway.
All right. Let's take
yeah.
a look at quarterbacks, wide receiver, or quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, and tight ends. Top three in each one.
Taysom Hill. Okay.
Oh!
I know what this looks like. He's a quarterback and a tight end. Look on the depth chart. He's a quarterback. He can qualify in that quarterback slot, but he's not in. I literally left him in the quarterback slot for this, not in the tight ends. Which doesn't make sense to me because he's used more as a tight end than a quarterback, but he's still on the depth chart as a quarterback.
Well, hold on a minute, though. So as a tight end, though, is he getting 1.5 points for every one of his catches? Okay, so that's a quarterback then. That's not a tight end. That's a tight end, not a quarterback.
Thanks for doubling down on that. Anyway,
Taysom Hill.
He's listed as a quarterback on their depth chart.
51-32. Blah, blah,
he
blah,
had
blah.
a huge game, but the best part, not really the best, the worst part.
He was on your bench.
He was on my bench. He was going to start. I took him out an hour before the game started, and I lost. Thanks.
All right.
Those are his
Who's number
stats.
two?
Huge game. Can't do it again this week, though, because he's on a bye. Anyway,
that's good.
Second quarterback, Jared Goff. Bounce back game for him compared to last week with the 5 interceptions. But 24 completions, not bad. 412 yards. 4 touchdown passes. Added 21 yards on the ground in those 4 rushes. 42.5. 8 for him. Bo Nix.
Wow.
Playing really good. 28 completions, 307. 4 touchdown passes. 5 yards on the ground. 36.78.
Wonder if he says "Let's ride."
I would hope not. That horse has sailed. If you can, has rode away.
Is not in the stall anymore.
Yeah, the stables are clear, I guess. But
all
Joe
right,
Mixon,
running backs.
Joe Mixon.
I don't want to see this guy.
Why not? What happened?
Man.
Going into the week, I was very confident in winning this last week because of the next person. Started off massive, but 20 carries, 109 yards, 3 touchdowns. He's back. I mean,
he is.
The last year or two in Cincinnati, he wasn't as prominent as he is in this offense now. So he is back. 35.3 for him. Saquon Barkley, my guy. Okay. Started on Thursday. 33.8 points. Massive. Super confident. And then as the week just went on, it was... But 26 carries, 146 yards, 2 rushing touchdowns, 2 catches for 52 yards, 33.8. Anyway,
someone sitting in front of the TV on the couch whining about, he's got 8 points. What is he doing? I don't even know what. Then he busts out 2 big touchdowns.
I did call one of them, too.
Yeah, okay.
I said they're at the, 29-yard line? I was like, you know what, Saquon? Just bust a run for the touchdown. And it happens. I'm like, 30 seconds later, he did it again, but from 38 or something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Way to bounce back from having a pretty. I did read some news that Nick Sirianni was questioned about his goal line work. He was saying that they have way too much success with the quarterback sneak. It's how he used it, is quarterback sneak, that they cannot put someone else back there because they're consistently gaining yards and they don't want to risk losing yards. But he does say that he always thinks about putting Saquon in, which
Well,
I don't
he
buy
put
it.
him in. Sometimes he's the one
Yeah, he puts him
pushing
in to
on
push him.
Hurts' ass to
talking
push him across
Grab
the
the ball,
goal
run
line.
forward. But he does. He wants to give him more goal line work, but Saquon doesn't care about it because he gets into the end
I'm
zone
sure
enough,
he wants
apparently.
to win. I think he's
Yeah,
doing
he
just
said
fine.
that he was saying that he's a good teammate. All he wants to do is win, so he doesn't care about the goal line work. Granted, a lot more people care about his goal line work than he does. But I would, at this point, I'm okay. Like, I have one of the leading rushers in the NFL on my fantasy team. So keep doing your
Alrighty.
thing, Saquon.
And
All right,
number
running
three.
back number 3, Brees Hall, 16 rushes, 78 yards, and a touchdown. 7 catches, 43 yards, and another touchdown. Active in every phase of offense. 31.1 for him.
That whole Jets thing is going to blow up. This is a one-year
Yeah.
deal. They've general manager went, and now the
And they're saying they want to start
head coach
Tyrod Taylor
yeah.
over
Well,
Aaron
they
Rodgers,
wanted
and everyone's
to.
like,
That's
no. Coaching's like, no.
when Saleh got fired. That was one of the big deals. Is the owner said, "Hey, we need Tyrod Taylor to start," and all the other coaches stuck up for Rodgers, saying, "No, we don't want to do that." So, anyway, more to come.
Yep.
Wide receivers.
All righty. I'm on Raw. 11 catches, 161 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Pretty similar to actually Jamar Chase's stat line in terms of last week. He had 11 catches, but 243 or something, and 3 touchdowns, but still massive game, 38.7. T. Higgins, the one person I didn't want to do well last week to secure a win, and he does this. 9 catches, 148 yards, and a touchdown.
Yep.
Why can't it be Jamar Chase getting all of these points?
Because I was
Add it
playing
on.
against him. So.
Yeah, I was playing against him. I don't want this ever. Okay, but 29.8 for him. Good game for him. Cooper Kupp, first time seeing him up here. 6 catches, 106 yards, 2 touchdowns, 28.6 for him.
All right. On to the tight ends.
Now, this is what I was saying with Taysom Hill. He could very well go up here, but I did not because he is under the quarterback listing on the depth chart.
You can't put him in both.
Yeah, I was going to, but I was like, nope, gotta put him in just whatever one he's listed to on the depth chart. I literally went to their website and found the depth chart and put him up in the quarterback. So,
all right.
Brock Bowers.
Seems
like there's a back and forth fight between Brock Bowers and George Kittle. Luckily, Kittle didn't even play, so he pretty much got a free week to catch up on points here. 13 catches, 126 yards, and a touchdown, 42.3. So they do have the extra 1.5 for a catch, and then the extra half a point for getting a first down as well. So that's why those stats are like that.
A little higher than, yeah.
The points anyway. Jonnu Smith on my bench as well. Thanks, man. 6 catches, 101, and 2 touchdowns, 33.1. And then David Njoku. I started him. I got this one. 9 catches, 81 yards, had a 2-point conversion, and brings his point total to 25.6. And then so far, these are the leaders of each position right now as of week. Supposed to say 11, but I didn't change that one, but I changed everything else.
All righty. So that's going to wind us down for this Pro Football Weekly Week 12. I hope everyone enjoys the games again this weekend. Start tomorrow night again, Pittsburgh at Cleveland. Yeah, part of the year you thought, I don't want to see that game, but I'm a little interested in Russell Wilson and how he's doing, and Cleveland with Jameis Winston. That could end up being a good game. So, on behalf of Robbie and myself, we wish you all a great weekend. Hopefully, everybody is injury free and everybody's team wins, as long as it's not the Cowboys. All righty.
Or against me in
Yeah.
fantasy.
All right, and yeah, maybe root for me a little extra in our fantasy
I
football
cannot wait
showdown
to screenshot another win and bring it up to him, because that's
now
what
you
I
have
did when
to
we
do
played
it,
last
win
time.
or lose.
I'm gonna
you
win.
know that now,
I
right?
will. I will.
With my
I'll
two
keep my
backup
word.
quarterbacks in there. All righty.
I have one
Again, have a
quarterback
great
in there.
one, everyone. We'll see you next week.